Hey everybody, on today's episode we're going to be doing a classic old-fashioned French chicken and mushroom soup. Now with all this talk of vaccines and sicknesses and viruses, nobody's talking about the medicine. Chicken soup. It's feel good, it's one of the original comfort foods, and insofar as the classic French style of doing things, I believe it's a good foundation for anybody that's interested in cooking. You know the basics, it'll take you a long way. Also, this recipe is a couple of 100 years old and it tastes awesome. Let's check it out. Today we're going to do an old-fashioned French chicken and mushroom soup. So we're going to need 2 carrots peeled and 1 celery stalk. We're also going to need half an onion, 2 bay leaves, and a small bunch of savory. So the first step is we cut the celery and the carrots in half. Now once we've done chopping all our veggies, we're also going to need a chicken. A 3-pounder, you can go up to 3.5 in this particular case. And we're also going to need 2.5 liters of water and a pot big enough to hold all the ingredients, the chicken, the veggies, and the water. And that's what we do. We put everything into the pot. As with many old-fashioned dishes, the simplicity of method and ingredients are really the hallmark. We put everything into a pot, we cook it up, remove it, and we do the finishing. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this case. We're going to bring the water up to a boil for 4 minutes, bring it to low, let it cook for 55, and we're going to skim off all the scummy bits on the top here. So once the 55 minutes are done, we're going to get a strainer and we're going to scoop out our chicken from the pot. Make sure you get it well supported, and then we're going to put it on a pan to cool off because we're going to remove all the meat and skin. Then we're also going to remove all the vegetables. You can reserve them for another purpose if you like. And finally, we're going to strain off all the cooking liquid into a container. The broth is going to be a base for our soup, and we'll get it as clean as possible by straining it. So now we're going to remove the skin from the chicken and the meat from the bones. Just make sure it's cool enough to handle when you do it. Now there's going to be a lot of meat because this is a 3-pound bird and we're not going to need all of it for the soup, so reserve some, but you have the option. The next step is to make an onion paste. Now traditionally this is made with leeks, but I'm using half an onion, a bay leaf, and a small cinnamon stick. You put it in a saucepan, cover it with water, bring it to the boil, and when it evaporates, remove the bay leaf and the cinnamon and you buzz it up. And then you have onion paste. It freezes really well too. But now let's get on to making the soup itself. First, we're going to need 155 grams of unsalted butter, and we're also going to need some flour, approximately 40 to 45 grams worth, which is a little more than a quarter cup. And we're also going to need a liquid, the chicken broth that we made earlier, 1.25 liters worth, which is about 5 cups. And here's how we go about using it. We take our onion paste that we just made, all freshly buzzed up. And what we're going to do is we're going to melt the butter in a big pan. Heat it over medium, add your paste, you turn the heat to low, and we're going to cook it out for about 8 minutes. You don't want to brown this whatsoever. Then, after the 8 minutes, we add our flour and we cook it out for 1 minute. We're forming a roux. So you get a whisk, you start incorporating all the onion and butter and flour together. You want to cook out all that starch. You don't want any chalky flavor. Then we add our stock and then whisk it some more and let it cook for 30 minutes. Season it to taste. You can add cayenne pepper too. It's a nice addition if you like. Then, after the 30 minutes, we add our chicken meat, as much as you'd like. Then, after that point, we cook it for 2 more minutes, and we're going to get ready to add our mushrooms. So first, we get 227 grams of mushrooms. Saute them in some butter over really high heat so they brown. And then we put the mushrooms in the bowl, Make sure we get it dead center. And then what we do is we ladle our hot soup over the mushrooms. So that way none of the flavors are lost and everything looks really nice. And there you have it. Chicken and mushroom soup, old-fashioned French style. Nice piece of rustic bread to go with it. Very comforting, filling, full of flavor. Hope you like it. Have a great week. Enjoy your food.